Hello mates, I hope you're all doing well. So today I'm going to be sharing with you what my opinions are when it comes to tattoo gatekeeping. So I've seen a lot of content lately discussing this topic both for and against the idea of tattoo artists being able to say, no, you don't have enough tattoos yet to be able to get your hands tattooed or your neck tattooed. And today I'm going to be giving you guys my 2 cents on the matter. Okay, so before we get into this issue too much, a bit of background on how the whole thing came about. So, from my understanding, this whole thing was started, as things do now, with TikTok. So this started, I believe, because of a TikTok that was actually shared about 2 years ago now on the Inked magazine page. In the video, tattoo artist Anthony Michael, who won Ink Master a while back, is asked his opinion on red flag tattoos. And he goes on to say that his personal red flags are neck and hand tattoos on people who, in his opinion, haven't earned the right to get their neck or their hands tattooed because they don't have any tattoos in other areas. Let's watch.
What's a tattooing red flag for you? Like when you see it, you're like, run away.
This whole movement about the hand tattoos, neck tattoos, face tattoos, and not a single tattoo anywhere else, I can't even have a conversation with you. I can't. Because the fact that you comprehend being tattooed or being associated with being tattooed or the tattoo culture, and you don't have enough experience, right, in getting tattooed, but you are in a position to just have a job stopper like that, I'm good. I'm all the way good. Yeah.
Okay, so before we get too much further into this, I just want to highlight, obviously this is just my opinion. I'm not a tattoo artist, I'm in no way a tattoo expert. I'm just some idiot on the internet who talks about tattoos, just sharing my opinion based on my personal experience of getting tattoos and talking to tattoo artists. So if you disagree with me, if you think I'm wrong, that's fine. You are perfectly entitled to do so. Now, obviously, Anthony takes a very firm stance on the matter in this video, with him saying that he wouldn't even have a conversation with you if you have these tattoos, which I feel like is probably hyperbole, but the actual fundamentals of what Anthony is saying, I do agree with, to be honest. So, my ex-girlfriend is a tattoo artist now. She wasn't when we were together, but she did start a tattoo apprenticeship when we were still together. And this was around the time when I first started getting tattoos, when I was around 18 years old-ish. She had a whole bunch of friends who were tattoo artists, and the majority of them had the same take as Anthony, that you should be heavily tattooed and not really have many spaces left before they will agree to tattoo your hands or your neck. Their reasoning for this is the same as Anthony's. These tattoos are considered job stoppers. If you get these tattoos, there will be employers who will not want to employ you because they consider you to look unprofessional because you have tattoos in areas that cannot be easily covered with clothing. Now, do hands and neck and face and head tattoos, do they instantly somehow make you less capable of doing a job? Obviously not, and tattoos are more acceptable now than they have been in the past, but it is still commonplace for people to essentially discriminate against and to look differently at people who have their hands tattooed, their neck tattooed, their face tattooed, their head tattooed. So therefore, tattoo artists will only tattoo you in these areas. 1, once you have no other areas left to be tattooed, and 2, once they are sure that they're not essentially about to ruin your life by giving you one of these tattoos. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. They're essentially just looking out for you and doing what they think is right. Now, there are lots and lots of people on the internet who will disagree with that take and think, well, I'm paying for this tattoo, so I should be able to get whatever I want, which I do get the sentiment behind. I have seen people comparing this though with like a barber refusing to cut your hair in a certain way though, and the absurdity of that, which I think is a nonsense take in itself, because your hair will grow back. Tattoos are a permanent and life-changing thing though. Having said that, there are lots of people out there though who think, how dare you refuse to give me this tattoo that I want when I'm paying you? How dare you judge me on my decisions about what I want to put on my body? You know, we as humans, we don't like being told no, especially once we've already decided and committed to something in our brains. I've already decided that I really want this pocket watch on my hand or whatever. How dare you tell me no? How dare you ask me all these questions? How dare you gatekeep me from doing the things that I want? Tattoo regret is real though, guys, and if you've not experienced that before because you haven't got many tattoos, maybe you don't really fully understand that yet. At least if you're already heavily tattooed before you get one of these job stopper tattoos, then a tattoo artist knows that you already know that you might come to regret this. You have enough experience of getting tattoos to understand that fact. And especially like with neck, face, hand tattoos, you're gonna have to look at it a lot more than a tattoo that's like on your back or on your leg or on the top of your arm, just because it's going to be in your eye line a lot more, and because you can't easily cover it up with clothing. In my opinion, I think it should be appreciated much more that a tattoo artist is not doing this out of spite. They're just looking out for you as their potential client, and they're looking out for how this tattoo is potentially going to change your life. They're taking the time out of their day to try and help you out. They're not doing this to try and upset you or anything. This is a permanent decision that you're potentially committing to, so you really want to make sure that you have all of the facts beforehand, you know? If you're going to get a tattoo done in this placement, it shouldn't be surprising to you for the artist to ask you what you do for work, what your career plans are for the future, why you really want to get this area done if you still have other areas available to you. Why does it specifically have to be on your hand or your face or your neck, your head? It's not them being nosy or trying to get involved in your business or whatever. It's just them making sure that you're doing this for the right reasons and that you're not going to come to regret it. Interesting little story. So I was once getting tattooed when somebody walked in to inquire about getting their hand tattooed, and when the artist started asking them about their job, they said that they were unemployed and that they wanted to get a hand tattoo to make sure that they stayed that way because they didn't want to have to work. So obviously the artist said to them, "No, I'm not going to do that for you." Having said all this, there are of course plenty of artists out there who don't share this attitude and will happily tattoo your face, your neck, your hands, etc. So if you're really desperate to get tattooed in one of these placements, go to one of them. I also want to just quickly mention artists who gatekeep certain designs. Like they won't tattoo, for example, pocket watches or lion heads or mandalas anymore because they're sick of them. They've tattooed them so much and they feel that they've become really overdone in general. People also seem to have a problem with that, again for the same reasons that they have a problem with artists gatekeeping certain placements, because they feel, well, they're the paying customer and therefore they're entitled, which I think is a key word when it comes to this kind of stuff. They're entitled to get whatever tattoo they want, and the artist should just shut up and take their money. Tattoo artists are human beings. They're entitled, there's that word again, to have their own opinions, their own takes on things. If they don't want to do something, they don't have to. If you want a mandala tattoo and an artist you like says, "No, I don't tattoo mandalas anymore," there'll be other artists in the big wide world who will tattoo mandalas and will do a really good job of it too. Just go to one of them. And that is it. That is my opinion on tattoo gatekeeping. I would love to hear how you guys feel about tattoo gatekeeping too. Feel free to let me know in the comments below. If you did enjoy this video, give it a like, hit the subscribe button, and all that other YouTube bollocks. If you like the music that you're hearing in the background, it was actually all produced by me. I have another channel where I post beats/instrumentals that I've made for singers to use to write songs to, so if that is something you are interested in, I'll put a link in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.